continue that lift up to the central channel through the top of the head. So you have an effortless lift of the torso. Release the inner thighs to the inner knees. Let the legs release down. Kim, take one more blanket, fold it in half. And so your hips are higher than your knees or even with your knees. And then make your teacup hands and bring your fingertips behind you and pressing into the ground with your fingertips, lift the sides of the body up. Try not to lean back. Keep the shoulders forward, Kim, over your hips. More forward. There you go. And then lift the armpit chest up more. Yep, that much. Okay, and release the inner thighs to the inner knees. Lift the armpit chest. Lean back a little, Suman. Yep, good. Lift the armpit chest more, Tony. Armpit chest, up. Shoulder blades down. Shoulder blades down. Yeah. There you go. And you can bend your elbows. See how my elbows are really bent? And then you lift and roll the shoulders back, draw the shoulder blades down and press into the fingertips and lift the side body up. Now maintain the lift of the center and the side body. Bring your hands on your thighs. Draw the chin back, lift the base of the skull up off the back of the neck slightly. Let your gaze look down. Draw the tailbone a little towards the pubis and lift the pelvic floor slightly. Widen the diaphragm at the lower front ribs and then draw the sides of the ribs back so the lower back ribs come up off the top rim of the sacrum. So you have even length front, side, and back. Kim, that's a little too much. Lift the chest a little more. Yeah, there you go. Good. And then just observe your breath here. And as you observe your breath, observe how the breath naturally lengthens and deepens. Inhale, the diaphragm moves down about an inch and the upper abdomen moves out and the lower ribs expand. That's the diaphragmatic breath, the deep abdominal breath. And then the side ribs expand and the back ribs all the way up to the armpit chest. That's the thoracic breath or the intercostal breath. The intercostals are the muscles that expand the ribs. Thorax is the rib cage. Diaphragm, ribs, and then the chest. The top chest lifts and expands, the breastbone and the collarbones and the upper back. Maintain the lift of the chest as you exhale. Don't collapse the chest. And let the breath spread to the whole body, to suffuse into the torso, arms and legs, hands and feet, toes and fingers, shoulders, neck, throat, jaw, teeth, eyes, face, tongue, brain, ears. Sense and feel your whole body welcoming the energy of the breath. Sense and feel your body as a porous, malleable bubble of light and energy, not just the physical structure. Your body, mind, one unit. And we'll do our opening chant of Om together and then call and response. Take your hands to Namaste Mudra, prayer position. Lift the bottom sternum to the top sternum, pressing the thumbs firmly into the sternum. Lift and roll the upper arm bones back and then slide the shoulder blades down. Drop the elbows, Tony. Pull the elbows in. Yeah. Lift the chest up by pushing the thumbs into the sternum. Lift the center up. Roll the upper arm bones back more. Yeah. Shoulder blades down and firm on the back. Yeah. Good. Okay. And then inhale deeply for Om. Sahana Bhavatu. Sahanau Bhunaktu. Sahaviryam Karavavahai. Tejasvi Navadidam Astruma Vidvishavahai. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Take a little deeper breath, lifting your heart. As you exhale, release your head over forward, curling the chin in towards the notch between the clavicles. Soften the front of the throat and draw the front of the throat towards the back of the neck and the sides of the throat towards the back of the neck. As you release the muscles at the back of the neck and the base of the skull away from the top of the neck. And then release your hands to your thighs. And pause for a couple of breaths. Tail towards the pubis, lift the pelvic floor. Widen at your lower front ribs diaphragm. Draw the sides of the waist back, lifting the back ribs up off the top rim of the sacrum. Continue to release the head and curl the chin in towards the notch of the clavicles. Continue to lift the center and the sides of the body up out of the pelvis, which is rooted down, and release the inner thighs to the inner knees. And let the energy of your brain, eyes, and other senses descend into your heart center, coming out of your thinking brain, and arrive fully and completely in your sensing, feeling, body, mind. And then with your eyes closed, on an inhale, slowly curl up the back of your neck, level your ears over your shoulders, keep your eyes closed as you level your gaze. Bring the eyes to the back of the head and soften and broaden your internal focus. And once again, drop into the heart center and expand from there to the back, the side, and the front of the body. And then as though you're looking in all directions from your heart center, allow your eyelids to gently float open. And then go ahead and extend your legs. You can massage the legs for a moment, and then we'll sit in Vajrasana, and then we'll move into Virasana, so you can have handy what you need for those. So you're going to open up the blanket you're sitting on, like so, and put that on the mat. Then you can have your other blanket handy in a 2 or 3 fold or whatever you need, a block or whatever you need behind you for Virasana. And then you'll sit towards the front in Vajrasana, Thunderbolt or Diamond. So you draw the outer ankles in, so the inner edges of the feet come together, and sit on your heels as best you can. The heels will come a little bit apart, that's okay. And then lift the center and the side body as you root the hips down. It's very easy to root the hips here. This is also sometimes called rock pose because it's very solid earth element pose. So descend into the heels. If you need more support, you can roll up something under your ankles or sit on something between your hips and heels, not to strain your knees. If you need something, take it. Yeah, and you can pull that thin part of the blanket, leave it just like that, and pull the thin part, turn it the other way, so you have some more space for the back, and then pull that right up behind your knees, so you have space. Yes, like that. Yes. And then if you also need more height, then you can roll up that blanket behind you and sit on it if you need more height under your buttocks. If that's better. Yeah, so the spacer between the knees is really good for knee pain. Interlace your fingers. Turn your palms out, spread your palms, pinkies up, thumbs down. Lift your elbows, draw the shoulder blades down. Take the tailbone forward, draw the sides of the waist back. Extend your arms, turn from your elbow to the thumb side of your wrist. Extend your thumbs down, pinkies up, and roll the forearms into internal rotation. And then find your upper arms and draw the outer edge of the upper arm down into external rotation. Inject the arm bones into the shoulder sockets. Take the shoulder blades on the back, maintain the waist and the tailbone, and then inhale, take your arms up over your head. Urdhva Badangulyasana. Pause here and open the armpits. Let the armpits open and let the hips drop down onto the heels, and then observe your rib cage and the space between your hips and ribs, and lift your ribs up off the hips so you have more space in that waist area, and use that to lift your arms. Good. And then slide the sides of the throat back and look up at your hands and spread the palms more and more, pinkies back, thumbs forward, wrist creases point to each other, as do the inner elbows. And then look straight ahead and grip the tricep just below the elbow to straighten the elbow and take the arms more and more up and back, thumbs forward, pinkies back. Good. Take a breath and then exhale and release and lower your arms. Bring your hands forward and then just separate your feet a little bit and keep your knees to each other. Draw the outer ankles in as you sit back with your heels in between your sitting bones in between your heels. Yeah. So before you were trying to get your heels between your sitting bones. Now your sitting bones are in between your heels, working towards Virasana. And then you'll change the interlace. So the other pinky's on the bottom, other index finger on top. Turn the palms and spread. Lift the elbows and draw the shoulder blades down. Take the tailbone forward, sides of the waist back. Extend the arms. Roll from the outer elbows across the forearm to the thumb side of the wrist. Thumbs down, pinkies up. Grip the elbows in, draw the shoulder blades down. Inject the arm bones into the shoulder sockets. Shoulder blades on the back. Reset the bandhas, tail forward, sides of the waist back. Inhale, take your arms up. Pause when you meet resistance and soften. Root the outer hips and thighs down. Drop down into the heels. Find that space between the ribs and hips, and then inhale and lift the ribs up off the hips. Thin waist, long waist, lift one rib up off the other. Use that to lift your arms more, open the armpits, and then slide the sides of the throat back and look up. And again, spread the palms, pinkies back, thumbs forward, turn the wrists so they point towards each other. Grip the elbows in, inner elbows facing each other. Look straight ahead. Once again, lift, spread the palms and grip the triceps. Take the arms more up and back if you are able, Tony. More back, Tony. Yep, there we go. Good. And then exhale and release. Good. And then we'll take Virasana. So for Virasana, then you have your support behind you. You take your feet wider than your hips. Pull your support to sit on closer. And then dig the flesh from behind the knees with your fingers and spread the calf flesh back and a little bit out to the side. And you can still have that, blanket there, Tony. And then sit on a block or a blanket, or whatever you need, 2 blocks. Yep. You can use a block and a blanket. Turn the block the other way, Kim, so it's under both sitting bones. There you go. See if you can get your knees closer together. Yeah, that's it. Good. And then you take one hand to one knee and lift. So you're stretching the front of that shin, ankle, foot, and also the inner knee skin pulls up. And then shift your weight over to one side and compress the outer edge of that shin and foot, right? And then shift to the other side and compress the outer edge of that shin and foot so that you want to hang out more on the outer edges of the shins and the feet, not the inner edges, and also the outer knees, not the inner knees, right? So you can adjust. Okay, and then inhale, take your right arm up and grip the elbow at the tricep. So really straighten your elbow. Take an inhale and then exhale, bend. So it's like you're patting your upper back. And then you're going to externally rotate the upper arm. This is internal rotation when the arm is up. This is external, right? So you bring the elbow closer in and the armpit closer into the face and the top edge of the shoulder blade broad away. So you can use your left arm to help you and lift it up and walk the hand down and keep turning. So the hand goes to the outside. Yeah, that's it, Kim, right? And then you can work on gripping the shoulder blade and then using the strength of this arm to lift as you're able. Good, and breathe. And if it keeps losing, then you hold it in place with the other arm and breathe. Yeah. Good, and let your eyes look down, not up. Yeah. Or look inside yourself, into your heart center. Drop into your heart and into your breath. Lift your head a little, Suman. Yeah, good. Lift your arm more, everyone. Lift your arm more, up and back. Yeah, good. And turn. Walk the hand to the outside edge of the shoulder blade. Walk the hand to the outside edge, more and more. Yes, without turning your whole body. Yeah, good. And then inhale, take your arm up and exhale down. We'll do the other side. Inhale the left arm up. Try to lift both sides of the torso evenly. Grip the elbow. See that the wrist, the elbow, the fingers are all straight and engaged. Turn a little towards Suman, Kim. Turn. Yeah, there you go. And then so you have to lock your elbow. Yes, lock it. Grip it. Lock the wrist. Grip it. Not this way or this way, but straight. Straight and lift. Get that energy flowing up. And then observe this side is short. Get this side long too. Turn towards Suman. Rib cage turns. Yep, not that much. Good. Then you bend the elbow. Pat the back. Yep. Now you turn right into external rotation. So you walk the hand to the outside edge of the shoulder blade and you lift that tricep up. Don't bring your arm too much behind your head. Yeah, just straight. That's it. Good. And you can continue holding if that needs a little more assistance, right? And turning. So the hand goes to the outside edge, armpit in, top of the shoulder blade, broad, right? And also not pinched. Draw the inner edge of the shoulder blade down as you lift. So your collarbone lifts up with your arm, and your outer edge of the shoulder blade lifts up with the arm. So you don't try to draw your whole shoulder blade down. No, that has to lift. But the inner edge of the shoulder blade can slightly come down, right? Okay, good. Keep lifting and breathing. Good. Okay, and then inhale, extend straight up, and then exhale and lower your arm. Come to your hands and knees, and then extend one leg back, curl the toe under, and push the heel back, straighten the knee, and flex the ankle. You can do this a couple of times on each side. And you can remove the props when you're ready, and we're going to lie on the back. So you want to, when you lie down, have enough room overhead to extend your arms overhead. If your shoulders are tight, keep a bolster above your head to rest your arms on when you extend your arms overhead, or a couple of blankets, whatever you need, okay? And then you're going to come in, lie down with your knees bent for a couple of breaths. And make sure you have enough room to extend your arms overhead. Rest your hands on your upper abdomen so your thumbs touch your lower ribs. Your middle fingers point towards each other, and your pinkies point down towards your navel. So all your fingers are above your belly button. And observe your diaphragmatic breath here. Observe how, as you inhale, the abdomen rises and the lower ribs expand. And as you exhale, the abdomen falls as the diaphragm moves back up under the rib cage. So this is the deepest part of the breath, the abdominal breath. The diaphragm is always moving continuously like the heart to keep us alive, breathing. Right? But we can accentuate the abdominal breath and allow the diaphragm, allow there to be more space by softening the diaphragm and allow it to move down and the abdomen to move out and the lower ribs to expand to create more space for air to come into the lower portion of the lungs. It's hard to sense and feel the movement of the diaphragm, but you can feel the consequence of it by the movement of your abdomen and lower front ribs above your belly button. Yeah. So it's not below the belly button. Nothing has to move down there. The diaphragm moves down about an inch at most when you inhale. And then slide your hands a little further out and turn your thumbs down towards the floor and wrap the webbing of your index finger and thumb around the side ribs, and your fingers and palms now face down towards your feet and knees. Okay, so like this, Tony. Yeah, like that. Yeah, exactly. And Suman. So your hands can be like this. Yeah, and they don't rest so much, right? Yeah, more like that. Because you're touching with the webbing of your index finger and thumb, the side rib. That's the important part. And now observe the spreading of your ribs as you inhale and the release as you exhale. So that's the thoracic breathing and the intercostal breathing. And feeling how it moves all the way to the back body, right? Most of the lungs are actually in the back of the body, not the front. So observe that in the side and the back body. So that's the second most important part of the breath. And the breathing starts with the diaphragm moving down and the ribs expanding. And as you take the breath from the abdomen pushing out a little bit to the side ribs, the abdomen will now release down and spread and hollow as you continue expanding into the rib cage and the chest. See if you can find that action. So it's not like your abdomen is pushing out the whole time. It just pushes out as the diaphragm moves down, and then as the ribs expand, it releases back. And then the top chest breathing, bring your right palm firmly onto your sternum, crossing your fingers over to touch the left clavicle. Left palm on top of the back of the right hand, left fingertips touch the right clavicle. Those are your collarbones. And then your elbows just rest down on your body, right? And then press firmly into your sternum, your breastbone. And as you inhale, direct the breath into the top chest now. Feel the breath there. As you inhale, observe how the sternum moves into your hands and into the skin. And as you exhale, it releases down. And also the collarbones, the clavicles. As you inhale, they push into the skin, and also they both roll up towards the chin, like an old-fashioned handle of a pump. And as you exhale, they release back down. See if you can also feel that in your upper back, expanding your ribs in your upper back as you inhale and releasing as you exhale. So the top rib is above the clavicle, and the lungs go all the way up there. And then release your arms out to your sides, palms up. And take a couple of deep, full breaths, observing the three parts of the breath: diaphragm, ribs, chest, creating space for the air to come in. And then as you exhale, you just release that expansion and the air goes out. Kind of happens all at once. And then go ahead and extend your legs one by one and bring your feet and legs together and extend the front of your feet just a little bit. So you extend the front of the legs. And then bring your arms along your sides, palms down. Firm your elbows and knees. And then as you inhale, raise your arms up and over your head. So keep your hands and arms shoulder width apart. And then if you need support, you can take a blanket or bolster underneath your hands and arms. Otherwise, if your hands touch the ground, the backs of the hands touch the ground, that's good. And then you stay there and you breathe. This is called Tadagi Mudra. Separate your hands and arms more, Kim. That's not shoulder width. Now keep your feet and legs together. Separate your hands and arms more. That's shoulder width apart, okay? Yeah, and bring your legs all the way together, and extend the front of your legs. Grip your knees, grip your elbows, and breathe. So this is called Tadagi Mudra. Tadagi means hollow, empty lake. So what we're focusing on here is a hollow abdomen. So whenever you exhale, allow your abdomen to hollow even more and spread on the back of the body, especially the lower abdomen, and maintain that as you inhale, right? Because you don't need to push the lower abdomen out, right? So in fact, if you draw the lower abdomen in and up along the front of the spine as you inhale, like the stem of a flower, and that will help the breath expand into the ribs and chest. Exhale, hollow abdomen, especially the lower abdomen. And then as you inhale, take that up the front of the spine like the stem of a flower and let it expand into the upper abdomen, rib cage, and chest instead of pushing into the lower abdomen. So that's what's meant by hollow abdomen. Okay, and then firm knees and elbows. And on your next inhale, raise your arms up to the ceiling, and exhale, lower your arms down to your sides. Let your arms and legs come apart for a moment and take a breath or two in Shavasana. And let that go. Then bend your knees up one by one and bring your feet flat on the mat. And then we'll do Dvipada Pitam. So your feet should be a comfortable distance, about sit bone or hip width distance apart, and close to your buttocks, but not so close that your hands can touch your feet. So bring your arms along your sides and then bring your feet a little closer in towards your buttocks, but not too close, right? So you shouldn't be able to touch your heels. Now turn your palms to face each other and then roll your shoulders a little bit underneath you. So bring your shoulder blades together so your chest lifts, and observe how that puts your pelvis into a pelvic tilt. It rolls your pelvis forward, arching your lower back. Then press into your inner edges of your feet and the outer edges of your upper arm. Let the back of your neck lengthen. Chin comes down towards the chest as you inhale and lift your hips up comfortably. Yep, a comfortable lift. Yeah, hold it and breathe. Bring your hands closer in, Tony. Closer in. Yeah, roll your shoulders under more. Yes, good. And then breathe here. Keep your lower belly from pushing out as you inhale, right? Send the breath into the rib cage and chest more. So not to push the lower abdomen out when you breathe. Long, slow, deep, full breaths. As you're here, you might find that you can raise your hips a little higher comfortably. You could do that if you like. You're not trying to go to your maximum though, right? You're trying to go to a comfortable place where you can breathe. Now coming down, keep your hips up on your exhale, lower your upper vertebrae down first, upper back down, and then middle back and then lower back. Lay your vertebrae down on the mat, one at a time. And then release the pelvis, let it rock forward into its neutral position, and take a breath there. So then we'll do Nabi Darshanam, gazing at the navel. So turn your palms down, roll your shoulders a little towards each other at the front of your body. Let your hips roll back towards flatten, that's pelvic tuck. So your tailbone and sitting bones curl up towards the back of the knees, pressing the lower back down. Lift your head up, roll your shoulders up and forward, look towards your navel, reach your hands towards your feet, keep your lower belly towards your spine and breathe. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, slowly lower your spine down. Again, lay your spine down vertebra by vertebra, and then release your head down and relax for a couple of breaths. So that's called Dvipada Pitam, and then we'll do the next, which is Pavanamuktasana Kriya. So you're going to roll your hips back towards flat and hollow your abdomen and press your lower back down. So pelvic tuck. Let your sitting bones and tailbone curl up. Okay, and then press into your left foot, raise your right leg off the ground, interlace your fingers on your shin below your knee. If that's uncomfortable, you can hold behind the knee. Keep pressing your lower back down, flex your right foot, and then push your shin into your arms so it straightens your arms. So don't lift your foot up, just push your shin. Yes, push your knee away from you. Yeah. Notice how that lightens your left foot on the ground. Keep pressing your lower back down, lower belly to the spine, and then extend your left leg on the ground. Keep pushing your right shin away. Yeah, and extend the front of your left leg. Flex your right foot and extend the front of your left leg and foot. Point your left foot, Kim. Not too much. Just extend the front of the leg. Try to do it more from the whole leg than from the foot. And then take a breath, and as you exhale, relax your right leg and let your knee fall to your chest. Move it a little bit out towards the side, just a little bit. And hug your right knee into your chest. Press your lower back down. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, curl your chin up towards your knee. You can look towards your knee. Head up off the ground and breathe. Tilt a little to your left, Kim. Don't tilt so much to the right. Yes. Stay more center. Let your knee come into your chest more. Relax your hip flexor because you're holding the leg. Yes. Use your torso to lift up. That's it. Good. And then take an inhale, and as you exhale, lower your head and shoulders down. Take a breath here, and then push your shin again into your arms to straighten your arms, flexing your right foot. Feel how, press your lower back down towards the mat. Feel how your left leg lightens up, draw your left foot up, and then lower your right foot down. Press your lower back down, pelvic tuck, right? Let your hips roll back, and then lift your left leg up and hold your left shin. Flex your left foot and push your shin away from you to straighten your arms. Press your lower back down. Feel how your right foot gets light when you press your lower back down and push your shin into your arms. And then extend your right leg and extend the front of the right leg. So a little point in the foot, flex the left foot. Take a breath, and then as you exhale, relax your left leg, let that knee fall into the chest and a little teeny bit out to the side, but not so much that you lean to the left, right? Keep extending the front of the right leg and flex the left foot. Take a breath. As you exhale, curl your head up, chin, nose, or forehead towards the knee. Bring your leg just a little more in, Tony, towards the middle. Yeah, and back, straight back. Yeah, and if it's too much on your knee, hold behind the knee, right? Good. Take an inhale. Exhale, slowly lower your head down. Push your shin away from you. Press your lower back down. And then slide the right foot up and lower the left foot down. Good. Take a couple of breaths here and relax. Let your arms come out to the side, comfortably away from your body, palms up. Now, if you need a little support under your head, you can take it, right? So you want to keep the back of the neck long, and then let your hips roll back towards flatten, abdomen hollow, lower belly a little towards the spine without pushing the abdomen in and forward. Don't harden, but spread, right? So pelvic tuck. Press into your left foot and then raise your right leg up and extend your right leg. So your right knee and left knee are more or less in the same line. So back off a little, push your right leg away from you. So your left and right knee are in the same line. Flex your right foot. Keep your lower back pressing to the mat. And then you inhale, lower your right leg down to the ground. You can lightly touch, don't relax. Exhale, raise the leg up and continue like this. Inhale, lower, exhale, raise. So you're using your, no, don't push your abdomen out, Tony. Keep exhaling and sink your abdomen down. Do not push the abdomen out. As you lift, exhale, sink the abdomen more. Keep the lower back pressing down, hollow abdomen. Don't raise your leg so high, just to your knee. That's enough. Keep your knee locked. Push, come on, push out through your heel. That's it. Yes. Good. Straight knees. Open the backs of the knee. Yes. And then exhale up. Exhale up. Sink the waist more. Exhale. And maintain that lower abdomen spreading and hollow as best as you can as you raise and lower the leg. Not to push the abdomen out ever. Okay, spread the abdomen, hollow the abdomen, draw the sides of the waist down towards the back body and up under the ribs as well. The little Uddiyana Kriya as well. And don't go too fast, don't go too slow. Find a rhythm that works for you and observe how you're stabilizing your pelvis and torso with the abdomen as you raise and lower the leg. And then the next time that your leg comes up, keep the leg up and just bend the knee and lower the right foot flat and observe all the muscles that were engaging as you slowly release them and see what ones were helpful and what ones weren't. Okay, adjust your feet so they're a sit bone width distance apart, comfortable distance from the body. And then as you exhale, let your hips roll back towards flatten, but don't over-engage. If you over-engage, it's just like if you over-engage your quadriceps, then you pump the quad up, you can't straighten the leg very well. So you don't want to over-engage the abdomen. You want to hollow and spread and sink and let the hips roll back towards flatten. Let the sitting bones and tailbone curl up, right? Press the lower back down, press into the right foot, raise the left leg up. Firm and grip the bottom of the quadricep to straighten the knee. Open the back of your knee, push out through your heel. Lower your left leg a little, Kim, so it's in line with the right knee. Maintain the hollow waist, sides of the waist down and a little up under the ribs. And then maintain that hollow and spread abdomen as you raise and lower the leg. Inhale the leg down, exhale the leg up. Don't take the biggest breaths in the universe, right? Focus the breath more on the rib cage and chest area. Don't focus on pushing the abdomen out when you're doing abdominal work. Is this okay for you, Suman? Okay. Yes, keep your knee straight. Don't let your knee bend. Put your mind in the inner kneecap and grip there and push out through the heel. So you're really extending your leg. Yes, good. So extend the leg the whole time, no bending. So it's like you have one plank of wood that you're raising and lowering. And observe how you're stabilizing your torso with your abdominal muscles as you raise and lower the leg. So the hips aren't moving side to side or front to back. That's the work. Good. And then the next time that you raise your left leg up, just bend the knee and lower the foot flat and observe as you relax what was engaged and how it was engaged and how things might have been, you know, working helpfully or not helpfully and so on. So this is a great exercise to do to understand how to use your abdominal muscles effectively, not making a fist and pushing them out into the sky, but hollowing and spreading and drawing the waist up and back, right? And so it's less than you think, but it just takes more attention. It's like straightening your knees and elbows. It's not that huge of a deal, but it takes your attention, takes some getting used to. So now we're going to do this nice opening for the back of the leg pump. So you're going to open your belt up to its biggest way, okay? And then take the belt around the center of your right foot, right? And raise your leg up as high as you can comfortably do. Now to hold the belt, if you just reach your arms up, let your belt hang on your foot, push your hands in front of the belt, hook your thumbs, and then draw your arms back up and overhead. And then the fingers face each other in palms and you wrap the fingers around. And don't grip too hard on the belt, okay? And then let your hips roll back to flat and press your lower back down. Observe how that lightens your left foot. And then you can extend your left leg. Extend the front of the left leg. Extend the front of the right leg. And then you pull the arms up overhead to pull the leg closer towards you. And then relax the arms and push the foot into the belt. Keep the arms and legs straight. And just release enough to release the stretch, and then pull the arms overhead to bring the leg a little closer to the head side, and then push the leg away. So this is the leg pump. So you do this. Left leg is straight if that's comfortable for you. So it's like a seesaw. Don't hold it. It's a pump. It's a pumping action. Yeah. So don't wrap your hands around the belt. Okay. So let me show. Okay. So undo the wrap. So it's just like that. And then wrap your fingers around the belt like that. Just like that. That way you can slide your hands and adjust your hand. Because as you loosen up, you might want to take your arms a little closer to the foot. You might want to go further from the foot, right? So, and then just be careful you don't hit yourself with the foot. Okay. So then you go, it's like a seesaw, like that. Careful. And if you're hitting, then you can do that, you know. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like a seesaw. Remember those? Yeah. So your arms pull, the leg releases. Your leg engages, the arm releases. Yeah, like that. That's it, Kim. Good. Let's do this. We're here. Yeah. Push a little this way. Push a little this way. Push a little. Don't harden that foot. Yes. That's it, Kim. Now I'm going to undo the belt for you, so you can slide your hands a little more back. And let me have your hands there. There. Now change legs. Like that. Yeah. As you can do, okay? Change legs. You're going to repeat 3 times each leg. Have 10 pumpings or something. Yeah, good. This one too. So there's a little bit of a point, right? In order to get the length in the front of the leg as well as the back. Yeah. Yeah, and then if you want to work your arms, slide your hand a little more down, and then you can take your arms more here, right? Yeah. Yes. So you get both. Yes. Change leg. Straight elbows, Kim, straight wrists. Keep your arms strong and keep shoulder width apart. That means, yes, that's better. Yes. And then your wrists, don't torque this way or this way either, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. Good. Yes. Good. Change leg. Keep your knees straight. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Breathe. Keep hollowing your abdomen. Think Tadagi Mudra as you do this. Yes. Push your leg more away from you, Tony. Push it away more. Yes. And then back. Yeah. There you go. Get some momentum. There you go. It's kind of fun when you get the hang of it, right? Yeah. Good. Change legs. Try to keep the hollow waist as you breathe. Breathe into more to the rib cage and chest. Widen and spread the abdominal region and sink it towards the back body. And then you might find, Tony, you want to take your hands a little closer to the foot on the belt now, right? Yeah, there you go. Whoop. So think more of getting the leg closer to the body. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Change legs. One more time on each side. Straight elbows, straight leg. Extend the fronts of the legs and the backs of the legs. Grip the knees and the elbows. Not to torque the wrists or the ankles either. Oh. Keep thinking of getting the leg closer to the body. That's the idea. Yes, good. Change legs. And you can go slow or fast, depending on what rhythm works for you, okay? But just don't get stuck in one rhythm. Like explore a little bit. The idea is to open the back of the top leg hamstring. Okay, good. Now, coming down, both knees bent, take the belt around the ball of the right foot, reach up high on the belt towards the foot. Firm the leg, have the leg perpendicular, and then sink the waist, press the lower back down and extend the left leg. Supta Padangusthasana number 1. Have one hand on either side of the belt. Use 2 hands to start. Now roll the outer right hip and thigh away from you and press the whole root of the thigh away from you. And as you do that, observe how the left leg draws up into the hip a little. So you want to square your sitting bones. So both sitting bones point down towards that bottom leg foot. Push the ball of the foot up into the belt and then lift the leg up towards the ceiling and draw it closer to the head side. Walk your hands a little closer towards the foot. Roll the left leg in, extend the front of the left leg. Press the root of the right thigh away from you as much as you can so that you keep the hip square also. And then push the ball of the foot up into the belt, lift the leg a millimeter up out of the hip socket, and then take it closer towards the head side again. Now, take both sides of the belt in your right hand, reach your left hand onto the top of your left thigh. Take a breath. As you exhale, press the root of the right thigh away from you, sink your lower belly towards your spine, lift your head up towards your knee. Reach your left hand towards your left knee. Take your leg closer to your head as you take your head close. Reach your hand up higher on the belt so your right arm is straight. If you can take the big toe, then you take the big toe. Good. Keep reaching towards your left knee. Look at your right knee. Yes. No. Yes. That's it. Head to knee. That's it. Good. Inhale. Lower the head and shoulders down. Exhale. Bend the right knee and hug the right knee to chest for a moment. And then release. Press the lower back down and the right foot down. Raise the left leg up. Take the belt around the ball of the left foot. And come up on the big toe mound and the pinky toe mound side of the ball mound of the foot. And then take the leg to perpendicular. Press the root of the thigh away from you. Press the lower belly to the spine. Press the back down. Extend the right leg. Press the root of the left thigh away from you, especially the outer left hip and thigh, so the hips square. Push the ball of the foot up into the belt. Sink the waist. Inhale, lift the leg up towards the ceiling, taking it out of the hip socket a little bit, and then take the leg closer to the head side. Walk your hands up closer to the foot. Press the root of the left thigh away from you. Observe how the right leg draws up a little. Extend the front of the right leg, sink the waist, and then push the ball of the foot up into the belt, getting more length. Get the leg up out of the hip socket a little, then draw it closer to the head side. Take both sides of the belt in the left hand. Extend the right arm, right hand on the thigh, and sink the waist. Inhale, and then as you exhale, curl your chin up, head towards your chest, and then bring your leg closer to your head closer to your leg. Keep reaching up as high as you can. See if you can get higher on the belt. Yes, if you can take the big toe, you take the big toe. Good, breathe. Look towards your knee or your belly button. Look towards your belly button. Extend the front of your leg, Kim, the right foot. Extend no, you're flexing. Stop that. Yes, you're hardening the foot. Instead, grip the knee of the right. Don't flex the foot. Yes, good. Okay, inhale, exhale. Lower the head and shoulders down. Bend the knee. Hug the knee to chest. Take a breath. Good, okay? Now, keep your left foot flat. Rock your hips back, press your lower back down, bend your right knee up, take the belt around the ball of the right leg. Take one of your blankets. If you need a blanket under your head, you can take that. And then move the blanket to the outside of your right hip, and then turn the bottom edge in towards your tailbone and the top edge out towards the outer hip, and have that under the flesh of your buttocks, just on the outside of the sacrum. And then 2 hands hold the belt. Straighten that leg to perpendicular, and then pressing the lower back and belly down, extend your left leg. Okay. Press the root of the right thigh away from you. Observe how that draws the left leg up. And then push the ball of the foot up into the belt again. Lift the leg up and take the leg a little closer to your head side. Hold both sides of the belt with the right hand. Extend your left arm out to the side, palm up, just a little below your shoulder. Okay, and then extending the front of the left leg and the front of the right leg, right? Slowly open the right leg out to the side. So you have that blanket there for support of the outer hip and thigh. Straighten your left leg, Kim. Yeah. Extend the inner, so open the pelvic floor, broaden the pelvic floor, right where the roots of the thighs meet the pelvic floor. And open there and extend both inner thighs to both inner knees to both inner feet. And then you can bend your elbow, slide your hand down, and rest your upper arm on the ground. And turn your waist to the left, Suman. Turn your hips to the left. Yes. Good. And extend the front of your left foot and the front of the right foot too. Yes. And leg. So extend the front and the back. Don't flex so much the right foot, Tony. Push the ball of the foot more into the belt. Yeah. Yeah. Don't close the toes. Just extend the front of the ankle. Yes, a little bit. Yes. So you can extend both legs that way. You get more extension. Not too much point, not too much flex. Find that happy medium. Good. And then you push into the ball of the belt, turn the waist to the left, and then straighten your arm and inhale, come up. And if you could hold the toe there, you can hold the toe. And then once again, left hand to the thigh and exhale, take the head to the shin and lift up. See if you can get your hand closer to the foot. Hand closer to the foot. Yes. Good. And then release. Bend your right knee. Change legs. So press your right foot down, roll your hips back, and then lift your left leg up. So you do a pelvic tuck whenever you lift your other leg up, okay? To protect your back. I hope you're feeling how that stabilizes and lightens the other leg. So change the blanket over. Take the left knee to chest, take the belt around the ball of the foot and straighten the left leg to perpendicular. And then press the root of the thigh away from you. And then roll the hips back, press the lower back down, and then extend the right leg. So you stabilize your waist. So press your, don't put the blanket under your hip yet. Yep. Press your lower back down, sink your waist. Lift your right leg a little up and extend the right leg on the ground. Yes, that's it. Now both sides, two hands on the belt, okay? First, press the root of the left thigh away from you, and roll the right thigh in and extend the front of the right leg. Now push the ball of the left foot up into the belt and then lift the leg up a little and take it closer to the head side. Okay, now take both sides of the belt in the right hand for a moment, and then you can tuck that blanket under your pelvis, right? So it goes down on the sit bone side and up on the outer hip side. Reach the left arm up, close to the foot, extend the right arm. Again, press the root of the left thigh away and organize the right leg and foot, right? And then take the leg out to the side. Open the pelvic floor. Find the roots of the inner thighs at the base of the pelvis and expand from there to both inner knees to both inner feet. Open the inner thighs and the pelvic floor. And then when you get to your comfortable place, you can slide your hand a little away from the foot so you can bend your elbow and lower your upper arm down. Keep your chest open. Keep your waist a little turning to the right so you stay in Tadasana as you open the left leg out to the side. Good, and breathe. Yeah, very good. Extend the right foot. Yeah, yes, good. Yeah, you can open a little out to the side to help you get that, which is fine. And if you want to just a little bit more support, so it's like this, that goes down towards the sitting bone, right? So it's very nice and easy, right? You can really focus on the opening of the leg. Push the ball into the foot. Yeah, into the belt. Yeah. Don't harden the top of the foot. Yeah, wasted energy. Yeah, and open the inner thigh. Gonna roll this under. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Okay. Good. Here, arms out to the side, palm up. Slide there so you can support there. Pull and push. Yes. Good. And here. Yes. Okay. And breathe. Good. Okay. And then push into the belt and pull. Turn the waist. Don't push the belly button up. Sink the waist down and turn it to the right. Yes. Yes. And that will help you lift the leg up and stay stable. Bend the knee, hug the knee to chest. Good. Okay, so now let us take a breath and bend the knees up one by one. Use the waist. Okay, now without using the hands. No, don't do that. Keep your knees, your knees bent, feet flat on the ground. Now, roll the lower back down, right? So you have your pelvic tuck. Take one knee up and then the other knee without using your hands. Cross the feet at the ankles. Pull the knees apart as wide as you can. Let your feet fall down towards your groin and pull the knees up towards your armpits. Yeah, let your feet fall down towards your groin. Yes, flex your feet, flex. Pull the feet apart, pull the knees apart, and take the knees in towards the armpits without using your arm strength. Yes, that's it. Yes, so the knees come apart and in towards the sides of the body. And then reach your arms up overhead into Doggy Mudra, palms face up and breathe. Yeah. Palms face up. Up. Shoulder width. Yeah. Bring your triceps in. Yes. Good. And you're working towards the knees there. Okay. And your feet are hooked and flexed, and you're pulling your feet apart. Yeah. Hook your feet, pull your feet apart to pull your knees apart and knees towards chest. Yeah. You should feel some traction there. Yeah. That way if you can. Okay. Let's take this out. Okay. Good. Now, keep sinking the waist and change the cross of your feet. Pull the feet apart, hook the feet, pull the knees apart, let the knees come towards the armpits and breathe. Yes. Supta Virasana variation. Very good. Good. Don't do it in your wrist, do it in your elbow. It's like you do it in your feet instead of in your knees. Yeah, good. Sink the waist. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, wrap the arms around the knees. Keep the feet crossed, but you can let your knees come a little closer together and hug your knees in towards your chest. Then you lift your head up, look towards your belly button, and roll back and forth a few times. Right? Not side to side, but back and forth. Yeah. Bring your knees closer, Tony, to each other. Yeah. Now roll back and forth. Head back, legs up. Yes, until you come up and sit. Good. Okay. So now you can work on cross the feet at the ankles, reach the arms forward, and come up to stand. Good. Oh, Tony. That's the knee. That's the knee. Okay. So, but it is a sign of longevity to be able to do that without using your arms. So you can practice that and you can use momentum, right? There's no, nobody said you couldn't use momentum. Okay. So let's do the 5 directions of the spine. So Ardha Hati Chakrasana. So bring your feet and legs together. I will mirror you. So inhale, raise your right arm up along your ear. Tuck your pelvis, so tailbone forward. Yeah, lower belly towards the spine. Take an inhale, lift up, and then as you exhale, lean a little bit towards your left, sliding your left hand down, right? Now open your chest, turn your gaze just a little bit up under your armpit. Keep that pelvic tuck and breathe. Breathe into that side. Now inhale, slide your left arm up, reach your right arm up, and exhale, lower your arm down. Okay, we'll do that on the other side. Inhale, raise the left arm up, reach up, tuck the pelvis, and then exhale, lean a little bit, not too much, right, over to the right. And then lift the chest, turn the gaze just a little bit up under the armpit, keep the pelvic tuck, and breathe. Breathe into that left side. Try to get the arm right along the ear. Yes, don't drop the head so much. Yes, that's better. Lift the head more. Yes, Take the arm closer to the ear. Yes. Turn and look up a little bit. Yes. Don't turn so much. Yeah. Just the head. That's it. Lift the chest. Good. And then inhale, you reach the left arm up, slide the right arm up, exhale, and lower that arm down. Good. So these are the 5 movements of the spine. Next is Kati Chakrasana. So you're going to bring your left hand to your right chest, just under your collarbone. So you can touch your index fingers right under your collarbone. And then you're going to turn and look. Don't go more than you can look. Turn your head and look at your right thumb. Now turn your hips back to the left. Good. And breathe. This is to open the lung channel. Inhale, come back to the center. Extend your left arm. Bend your right arm. Bring that index finger right under the collarbone. And then you turn to the left, but don't pull your arm back so much you can't see it. Turn your head and look at your thumb. Okay? And then turn your hips back to the right. So your hips stay more to the neutral. Tuck, pelvic tuck a little bit. Yeah. Breathe. Can you feel the breath there in your top chest? Tuck your chin a little bit, Kim. Yeah. And turn your head more if you can. Your head. Turn your head to look at your thumb. Yes. Good. And then inhale, come back. And exhale, lower both your arms. Good. So then it's Ardha Chakrasana. So you take your hands to your hips, pelvic tuck, big pelvic tuck. Lift your chest, roll your shoulders back. Then you're going to push your hips forward. Push your hips, no, like this, hands like this. Okay. So you have your hands, yes. So your fingers point down towards your spine, towards your tailbone. And you tuck your pelvis and push your hips forward. Lift your chest up and breathe. If it's easy enough, you can take your head back as well. There should be no crunching in the lower back. Inhale, come up, and exhale, lower your arms. Any crunching in the lower back? Good. Okay, interlace your fingers, turn your palms out. Inhale, take your arms up. Urdhva Hastasana again. Squeeze your elbows in. Pinkies back, thumbs forward. Spread your palms, lift directly the ribs up off the hips, root the hips down to the feet, and breathe. Gaze from your heart center in all directions. Don't look up. Kim, try to take your front ribs towards your back ribs. Yes. And squeeze your elbows in. Yes. And take your arms back more and up. Lift your ribs directly up so the back ribs lift up off to the sacrum as well. Good. And then soften the inner edge of the shoulder blades down, Tony. Yeah. And take your head back. And then, no, don't look up. Just a little, that's too much. Yeah. There you go. Soften your neck and throat. Good. And breathe. Yeah. And then exhale and lower your arms. Good. Okay. So, and then the last direction is Ardha Uttanasana. Okay. So you go press your arms back, push your buttocks back, take your chest forward till you're parallel to the ground. Roll your shoulders back more, Tony. Yeah. Take your chin way forward and lower a little bit more down. Take your waist up towards your spine. Chin forward, Kim. Chin way forward, way forward. Now observe your back muscles. Now, if you go ahead and round your spine, release your head down, do you feel how the back muscles are now not engaged? Now roll the shoulders up, push the buttocks back, take the chin forward, and feel how the back muscles engage, right? So this is for back extension. Lower your chest down more, down more, down more. That's it. Breathe. Chin way forward, chest way forward. That's it. Good. And then inhale and take your arms all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana. And then exhale and lower your arms. Good. Okay. So now we'll do a sun salutation and do some work on our lunges. Okay. So you can have handy all your props that you might need, blocks and blankets. Okay. So take your blocks to the front and then have a blanket handy in case you want that for your knee. And you'd probably be like this. Pull your mat away from the wall, Kim, and take the bolster off and the blanket to the side. You won't need it right away. Okay, and then inhale, you take your arms up, palms together if that's comfortable, with the arms straight. If not, keep your arms separate. Look up if that's comfortable. Exhale, come halfway down. Ardha Uttanasana. Good. Take an inhale here. Exhale, bend your knees, bring your hands forward, come into squat. Your heels can come off the ground a little. Release your head down and breathe. Palms flat if you can. Yeah, take your weight forward. Yeah, but then bring your heels down too, towards the ground. Yeah, so find that happy medium. Yes, good. Step back to downward facing dog. Firm knees and elbows. Lift the front legs as you descend the back legs. Follow and spread the abdomen. Release the head. Broaden the shoulder blades to the outer edges of the back. Firm elbows and knees and breathe. Good. Now lower your knees down. Come to your fingertips and bring your right foot forward. We do the lunges. Okay. So you're going to sink your right foot forward of your toes. Left knee is on the ground. Left knee is on the ground. Right knee forward of your toes. Yeah, that's it. Draw the outer left ankle in. Press the top of the foot down. Lift the leg. No, the top of the foot is down. Top of the foot. And so like up dog. Yeah. Spiral that inner left thigh up towards the ceiling. Reach that left leg back and reach the right knee forward of the toes, like a bow and arrow. So your left leg might come a little forward, Tony. That's fine. Lower the knee and keep pressing that right knee forward of the toes as you lower the left knee down onto the ground now, Kim. Yes. And lift your chest. So come to your fingertips, tips of the fingers. Go higher. That's it. Press into that inner right foot. Bring that right knee forward. Lift the chest. Okay. Good. Now push back. Change legs. The left knee sinks forward to the toe. Yeah. So if you want to take your blanket under your knees, Tony, you can do that. So your left knee comes forward of your toe. Right knee down. Draw the outer right ankle in so you don't sickle that foot. Yeah. Press the top of the foot down, lift the knee, spiral that inner right thigh up and extend back through the top leg and knee. As you reach the left knee forward the toes, reach the right leg back and then gently lower it down. Slowly, slowly. So it's like pairs of opposites, right? So your left knee in low lunge, you're coming over your toes, Kim, more and more. Yeah. Come to the fingertips and lift the chest as you sink the hips forward and down. Sink your hips more and more until your left sitting bone touches your left heel. Yeah, like Marichyasana or Pashasana. Good. And then push back, curl the toes under and step back into downward facing dog. Firm elbows, firm knees. Release your head. Broaden the shoulder blades to the outer edge of the back. From the outer edge of the shoulder blades, press into the pinky side of the hand. From the thumb side of the hand, lift up to the inner edge of the shoulder blades. Inner thighs back, outer hips back, abdomen hollow, head release. Don't hold the pose in your neck. Knees firm. And then walk forward to squat. Keep your arms reaching forward. Let your head dangle down. Yeah. Drop your head all the way, Kim. Drop your head. Yeah. It doesn't have to touch the ground. Just don't hold it up. Let it hang. Yes. And get the weight to start to reach into the heels down. You can reach your hands more forward, Kim. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, good. And then coming up, extend your arms back, Ardha Uttanasana. Chest up, head up, good. And then inhale, come all the way up. Look up if that's comfortable. And then exhale and lower your arms. Good, okay. Inhale, take your arms up. Look up. Exhale, halfway down, Ardha Uttanasana. Stay there. Good, chin forward. More, Kim. Lean forward a little. Yeah, good. Chin up, Tony. Chin forward. Yes, shoulders up and back. Lift your arms higher. Yes, good. And then come down to that squat. Let your head release. Torso release. Yes. Good. Come back to down dog. Straight knees and elbows. Inner thighs back, outer hips back, firm elbows, firm knees, broad shoulder blades. Pinky side of the arm, extend towards the hand, thumb side of the arm, release, reach up towards the inner shoulder blades. Release the head down, buttocks up. Good. Thumbs in a little, Kim. Turn your hands out more. Yeah, squeeze your elbows in any amount. Good. And drop your head any amount. Yeah, so tuck your chin more towards your chest. Look, yes. Good. Okay. Now, lift your heels, bend your knees, and then bring your right foot forward. And then walk your right foot out to the side. Left knee down. Left knee down. Sorry, low lunge. Low lunge. Left knee down. Good. Then bring your left hand a little bit in front of your left shoulder. So not right under it, but a little bit catty corner. Okay. So more forward, Kim. Yes, there you go. So you can kind of lean forward that way. Lift your left knee up. And then you spiral that thigh. And you can turn your right foot out a little bit. Come to the outside edge of that leg. And then bring your right hand on your right knee. Turn and look back at your left foot. Good. And then come back. See if you can get your right foot parallel, but it's still in a low lunge, so not too far forward. You're still bringing your right knee forward of your toes. You can adjust your left leg, right? And your right knee's out a little bit to the side. And then you're going to bring your left elbow down. You can use a block. And then your right elbow down. And you sink your hips forward and down. Good. And then come up. Change legs. Left leg comes forward. Low lunge. Then move that left foot out a little bit. And then you want to not sickle that back heel, right? You press onto that foot. And then you're going to spiral and turn to the outside. And this right hand is a little forward, right? So it's not right under your shoulder. It's a little catty corner. Right hand, yeah, there you go. And then you can lift that right leg, flex the foot a little, and then spiral and come to the outside edge of that thigh and leg. And then rest your left arm on your left knee and look towards your right foot. Yes. Don't lie down so much, Suman. You're not getting the stretch. So your bottom leg is totally straight. Yes, there you go. Yes. There you go. More like that. Yes. And then you can eventually lie down, but don't bend the leg. Right? You want to get that stretch. Do you feel the right waist when you straighten? Yeah. Good. And then you come back to the front. Now you try to keep your left foot more parallel, but it is a low lunge, right? But not so low. You got to keep the heel down, right? But it's like Marichyasana or Pachasana. It's not like a high lunge or warrior A. This knee, right? Yes. Otherwise, you can't get your hip down, right? Then you bring the right elbow and then the left elbow. And now you're sinking down the front of your right thigh towards the ground. Yeah. Bring your left foot just a little more forward, maybe, Suman, so that the heel stays on the ground. Don't let the heel come up, or move your other leg back. Yeah, try that. And then you can adjust, but keep that foot grounded as best you can, like Marichyasana or Pash. Yes, very good. Good. Okay, and then come up and down dog. Couple of breaths. Okay. And then knees down, right leg forward. Okay, and then spiral that left leg and adjust the back knee. Okay, and sink. Yeah, keep your foot more in line with your hip now. And then pushing into your right leg, come up onto your left shin and knee, come upright. Right foot can be a little forward of the knee, and adjust your pelvis. Drop the outer right hip down. Right, maintain that lift of the pelvis, lower belly towards the spine. See that your left foot points straight back. Yeah, you can use that blanket there. And then you sink your hips forward and down and try to lift the front of the pelvis up even as you sit your right heel onto your right knee. And then extend your arms down and lift your torso up. Yep. Don't move your foot forward. It goes back, 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 knee forward to the toe. Yeah. Now, is that okay for your knee? Yeah, okay. Lift the belly. And then you can take your arms up. And then you can curl your spine in and reach back a little bit. Yeah. Good. Beautiful. Take a breath, firm elbows. Good. And then exhale and come down and push back and change. So your left leg comes forward. Then draw the outer right ankle and press the top of the foot down and spiral that thigh. So you land comfortably on the top of that knee as you sink the hips forward and down. And then you're going to come upright, right? So you press into the left foot and firm your outer hips to come up. And then you upright the pelvis and not to hike that left hip up. So you want to try to suck your right hip in, Suman, more towards Tony, more. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So you can't do it at the expense of that hip, right? Yeah. Okay. Both hips lifting. So you firm the waist, right? And then maintain. So you lift the frontal hip points and descend the buttocks as you slowly go forward and down. So eventually you'll sit your left buttock on your left heel. Bring your left toes more back. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Lift your torso up as you sink your hips down. Yeah, lift your left hip up off your thigh, just like in Warrior A, as you sink your hips down. Extend your arms. Yeah. Sit down more. Sit more. Yeah. Then extend your arms up and lift your torso up. Even don't push into your leg and lift your hips up. Sink your hips down as you lift your left hip up off your thigh and then reach back a little more. Look up towards your hands. Good. Take a breath. Firm elbows. Firm elbow joints, Kim. Good. And then exhale. Good. And come back and take down dog. A couple of breaths. Now, Hanumanasana. So let's just test the waters before we go. Okay. So you're going to come down to your hands and knees and open up your blanket. So it's about in the middle of your mat. Okay. And then you want to have you come close to the front of that. Use your block. Okay. You're like here. Then you're going to step your right leg forward and your left leg back in that low lunge. Right. And then you're going to start to scrunch your right foot forward. And then when your right heel comes to the floor, you flex, right? And then you can walk these blocks a little bit back. And then you can walk the left leg more back. Yeah, your left leg needs to be a lot more back. It's more that start with the back leg, not the front leg, right? Get the back leg more back, more back, more back, more back, more back, more back. Any amount back. Yes. Now, yeah, look at Tony. I'm just saying. There you go. Yeah, so next time, see how my knee is a little closer to the front. So in order to make it easier to get that front leg forward, your back leg started off more forward, okay? Change legs, okay? Start your knees pretty close forward. Look at me, okay? Now, take your left knee forward. I like to bring my blocks forward to start. Now I reach the right leg back, any amount. Yeah, it's low lunge, right? Low lunge, yeah. Then you can bring the blocks back to lean on them a little more as you take your left leg forward. And then maybe you adjust the blocks as you go. Yeah. Reach your right leg more back, Tony. Yes. Lift the left hip up off the thigh. Yes. Good. Okay. And then come back. So now you have a sense of what you need. So you can grab it. Maybe it's a bolster. Maybe it's 3 bolsters. Maybe it's a bolster and a block, 2 blocks, or a blanket. Okay. I would use a bolster. So you have support underneath you, right? So if you're far from the ground, you probably need 2 or 3 bolsters or a bolster and some blankets, okay? That's going to be under your pelvis. Okay, so let's do actually that. Okay, so then you want to have, be closer to the front. Let me do this. Actually, I don't need. all the way. Put that all the way at the front. I think that's going to be better. Yeah. Then you bring your knees on the blanket. Then you bring your right foot forward, right? And then you bring your left leg back in that low lunge. Spiral the thigh and extend, right? And you want to end up with your perineum, your pelvic floor on the bolster. You take that higher bolster. Yeah. Then you start to open up your front leg, right? And then you can use your blocks, right? To look at what I do once you get here. You lift up so this right hip comes up off the front of the right thigh. Yeah. And if it's very challenging, you can use a chair also. Yeah. Yeah, good. Yes, Simone. And now you have to draw the right knee back to the right hip and roll the left buttock around to the front, back of the left. Yes. And yeah, like that. More. So if you can come a little more forward, also, because your perineum is hanging off the back, both of you, Kim too, you need your perineum, the center of your pelvis right on there. Yeah, more forward even. Yes. Yeah. Now bring your right leg back, bend your right knee and bring your right foot back into a lunge. Bring the front leg back into it. Yes. And organize the left leg first. Yes, that's it. And roll that buttock around. Yes, that's right. See if you can come more. No, keep your right leg in a lunge and move your pelvis more forward on that bolster. Lift up and move. This has to come more in the middle. It's still hanging back. Everything more forward, more forward. Yeah. Now bring this left buttock around. Yeah. Reach this left leg back. This has to stay square. This back. Yeah. Now you can use this, or maybe you'll have to do it this way to the bar. Okay, now start to straighten your right leg. Yeah, so see how you're too far back on your mat next time because you have too much mat. You know, there you go. Okay. Now push into that and lift your, yes. But don't look up into your brain. Yeah. Good. How's that? Better for you, right? Yeah. Good. Okay. Change legs. Now, you see what Kim's doing here with the chair? If anybody else wants to try the chair, I'll bring it. Yeah. Change legs. Yes. You want to try the chair, Tony, or you feel good? Okay. Left leg forward, right leg back now. You're changing legs, right? You want to end up with the perineum on the bolster, right? So you reach the right leg back first, then the left leg. Yeah. So we always think about the front leg because our brain goes to the front, but it's about the back. It's a back bend. You know, it's a bit of a, of course, a forward bend there, but it's a back bend. This is a back bend. Yeah. So, yeah. Tony, lift the blocks higher. Push down and forward, all the way up, all the way to their highest height. Push down and forward. Get them closer to you, right next to the bolster. Closer to the bolster. Yeah. Now lift. Yes. Lift. Yes. See how you can lift your left hip up off your thigh? Yes. Now reach the right leg back, left leg forward. Yes. And lift the left hip up off. Yes. And shoulders down, chest up. Good. That's it. Good. Don't look up, Kim. Look down towards your chair. Lower your chin a little. Lift your hip, left hip up off your thigh, and yes, roll the right buttock around. Good. Change legs. Let's do it one more time on each leg, and then I'll let you rest. Okay. So you have to do the piece de resistance, which we didn't even get to on Monday. So I changed it up a little bit, but we did some fun stuff on Monday too. It's all good. Okay, but I want you to get this experience of moving in, and if you hold it too long, you just get stuck. First time is it's like pancakes, you throw it away. Second time, probably throw it away too. And third time, you're going, oh, finally, I'm getting somewhere. Okay, it's the same. So don't think of the front leg first. And also, Kim, come out for a second. Come all the way out. Come everything out. Just step off your mat. Come all the way out. Let's move this. Okay, now put the bolsters there. Now you're gonna slide. Your foot will slide better. Now get the back leg first. Yeah. Okay. So So when you're doing it, you're doing this. Incorrect. You have to do this. Yeah. Now, can you move your pelvis even more forward on that blanket? So this, yes. And keep this like that. Yes. Okay. I know. Yes. Now start to move your foot forward. Straighten. Now flex your foot. Flex. Push. Yeah. Push. Push. Push more. Push. Yes. Okay. Breathe. Yeah. Good. Yes. Good. Yes. Okay. Push that forward. So bend this knee back. Bend this knee back. Bend this knee. Yeah. More. Draw this leg this way. Yes. And draw this one back this way. Yes. Okay. Okay. There. And then this. Yeah. Good. Better. You too, Tony. Okay. And then change leg. So it's like another, yeah, so much. Yeah. That's right. Do you need my help? Push this a little forward. Pull the front leg back. Yeah. And then change leg. Now, so try to get the perineum on the bolster. Okay. So your perineum was off. And then what happens is the hips go off square. So then you're just doing something unhelpful. Try to get the hips square. One more time. Last time. Good, Morgie. Good. Everybody's better on this side anyway. Yeah. It's because, I don't know why it's because, but it is. Yeah, see, this is better. Yes, that. And then this, yes. Yeah, the hip. Yeah, so you're trying to get the pelvis upright. Yes, yes. As you open the leg into a split. Yes, a banana split. And then you don't have to harden the front of the foot so much, right? But it's just to, yes. Good. Yeah. So, and so what, if you're going very high, next time what I would suggest is 3 bolsters. So you have a pyramid, right? So then it's going to be support you more at the peak and you'll have a little more gradiated support at the front and back leg. Yeah. Tony, lift those blocks up higher. Get them close to the, and then lift your left hip up off your thigh any amount. So buttocks down, and then instead of taking it in your lower back, you try to drop here and draw this up, right? That's where the chair can be. And more height, right? Because if this is just collapsing onto the front leg,
I see.
You're not, it's not happening. You know what I mean? The same thing we do in those lunges. Same thing. Good. Beautiful. This side's good, Kim. The other side is unruly. Same with you. It happens. Yeah. Okay, good. And then release and come out. Praise the Lord. Okay. And then it can be nice to just do a little pigeon, nice and easy over each leg for a few breaths. You know, change. Just an easy pigeon, nothing too drastic. And then we'll close. So after you've done your pigeon for a few breaths on each side, then I think let's just rest with the legs on the chair. How about that? That would be nice, I think, for the back and the legs. Yeah. Okay. So you can do legs up the wall, but I think legs on the chair is very nice after this. So I would do that. Yeah, and you can take support under your head if you like, also, just help soften your disc. Yep. lower back and so on. You can just keep your blanket there because it's kind of nice to have that softness. If you want softness on, or if you want to see a blanket on the chair too for warmth or softness, let me know and I'll bring you another blanket. Kim, let's move. Oh no, you're good. You're good. Actually. Does that feel good to you? Yeah, good. Yeah, and I suggest everyone take a little support under the head. Doesn't have to be too much, but just to encourage the release of your back muscles totally. And if you would like anything on your abdomen, you can put a bolster there, which is kind of warm and nice. And if it's too much, take it away. You can just put a block, or I can bring you a sandbag just to help you release more. Yeah, your abdomen. So the idea is the abdomen should be hollow and spread. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And if that doesn't feel good, then take it away. It might be too wide. Is that okay for you, Simon? Okay. Okay, Tony? Yeah. So you want to make sure your body is, you know, um, so your little, this way, yeah. And then this should be under your neck too. Neck is what really, just touching even, it will relax more, you know? And if the bolster's too much, put the block. Yeah. That feel good? Now that you've done all that extension, now you let it go. Not much. See about your breath. As you exhale, let your abdomen hollow onto the back body and spread, and let the back body spread and release towards the back of the mat. And then as you inhale, let the inhale come up the front of the spine and blossom in the rib cage and chest. The diaphragm is always going to be involved, right? But you don't have to push your belly out. Because when you push the belly out, that hardens the lower back. So try to a different process of the breath that doesn't do that. Let the abdomen hollow and spread on the back body continually. And then after some time, just let the breath fall into its natural rhythm and totally let go. Yeah, fine. Let your breath deepen a little bit. And then remove the prop from on your abdomen. Slide your feet to the front of the chair in Baddha Konasana. Just keep the feet at the front edge of the chair and let the knees come apart, feet together. So you kind of hook the edges of the feet on the front of the chair. And be there for a few breaths. Let your abdomen hollow and spread. Let your back body release. And then inhaling, bring your legs together, bring your feet flat on the front edge of the chair and your feet hip width apart. So you have your knees bent in towards your chest for a couple of breaths. Just relax. Again, hollow abdomen. Release your back body, buttocks, lower back, sacrum, ribs. And then when you're ready, roll over onto your side for a couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, you'll come up to sitting and sit cross-legged on your blanket. You can keep your, just use your one blanket under your pelvis, and then you're going to rest, go close to your chair, rest your forearms on the chair, and then not too close because you want to lean a little forward and rest your head on your forearms. Pull the skin of the forehead towards the nose and let the back of the neck sort of lift up and lengthen a little. Front of the throat soften and move towards the back. Then come on up and change the cross of the legs. And then change the cross of your forearms as well. And rest again. Observe the breath in the back body. And then inhale and sit upright with your eyes closed. Observe your seat. Settle into your pelvis. Drop down into your seat. Keep the lift of the heart. Bring the hands to Namaste Mudra. Press the thumbs to sternum. Lift sternum bottom to top. Upper arm bones roll back from the shoulder blades and elbows down on the back. And we'll chant together Om and our closing chant, call and response. Deep breath in. Om. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Take a deeper breath, lift your heart. As you exhale, release your hands down to your thighs and pause here for a few breaths. Drop your eyes, your brain, your other senses down into your heart center. Stay rooted in your pelvis. As though you're looking in all directions from your heart center, back, side, and front. Allow your eyelids to gently float open. Namaste.